Hey guys, I hope you are doing amazing and that your investments are going great. Now, I just had my lunch, so I'm making sure I don't have any food on me. But, okay. I wanted to explain how important it is to have a budget with room to grow. And when I say this, I mean you need to have a budget that basically allows for errors, mistakes, repairs, maintenance, surprises, and your furnishing if you're doing Airbnbs or vacation rentals, and I mean all the additional fun things that come along with doing that. Now, the thing with having a small tight budget is if you ever have a mistake happen or an issue happen, then you might have a really hard time getting it remedied, and then it prolongs the issue, and then it becomes a bigger issue, and then it just keeps on doing a snowball effect. So here's a prime example. You guys know that I'm opening up a recovery residence, also an Airbnb, so we're doing the Airbnb thing right first, and then we're doing the recovery residence second, because it's just going to be a long process. Now, we haven't had any bookings for like 2 weeks in the beginning because I canceled everything out. I knew that I had work being done, and I just wanted to preserve the guest experience rather than, having issues and not being able to go through my entire checklist of items that I like to perform when I'm opening up an investment property, whether that's going to be standard, creative, Airbnb, whatever. Now, we've had requests, went ahead and denied them. Yes, it was great money, it was great compensation, but we denied them because that guest satisfaction is what's going to get us further, and we're in this for the long run. Now, I did this because I needed to test all of my appliances. I needed to have my stairway built in the exterior. I needed to have gutters added, and I needed to have a couple other aspects just covered to ensure that everything is up to the quality and standard that I like, and I like to have for my guests. So we went ahead and we were running the final appliance tests just to ensure that everything was in working orders. We want to make sure that the plumbing was going good and everything, right? Well, before we closed on this property, we actually had an issue with the plumbing, and it was like in a contingency in writing that that issue was supposed to be remedied before we closed. Well, the house has been vacant. We're not really using it in the sense where we're going to be able to find anything until we're doing our tests, which come last. And we ended up discovering that they never repaired the issue. I reached back out to them and, demanded that they resolve and, help us with the expenses, and I'll update you guys accordingly with that. But, we ended up finding through our tests that there is an issue. We ended up having water back up into our sinks all over the ground. It was not fun. And it was because someone, I don't know who, I'm going to assume the seller before me and the flipper before me. That's why I don't like flippers. Sorry, guys. If you're good at flipping, amazing, I respect you. But if you're like a shitty flipper that's just trying to get through your flips quick just to keep on making money off of people, like, you guys can go fuck yourselves. But so I'm pretty sure that this flipper contractor added a bunch of illegal plumbing work, and we didn't know this. And there's no way a general inspector is going to find this because, they're more of a general. It's not really like a full, licensed plumber going in, understanding the finer details. Now, we knew the issue was there. This is, again, why we test every single time before we open. And we just had a huge mess, right? So let's imagine I have a super tight budget. Like, I have a tight budget. It's not like a super, super, super constricted budget, but it's tight. It's very, very tight in my idea of tight. So I was like, fuck, I call my plumber. I have one plumber that I trust. He's also a general contractor from my understanding, but like, he is the best. He comes same day, he'll fix whatever, or he'll come within like 24 to 48 hours, depending on like the level of severity of the thing, right? And then my favorite part about him is he'll actually find the problem and resolve the problem, and then go and look at all the other work throughout the house, and then ensure that it's up to the quality that we need in order to be running our investment for a long amount of time. And basically, he came in, found the issue, was like, hey, there was like renovation people here or construction people here, they're throwing garbage in your drains, and they're flushing the garbage of the construction and the renovation into these drain systems. And there's like so much garbage from the renovations that it's just ridiculous. And this is a big problem. Sent me photos, sent me videos. I was like, oh my God, what the heck, what the hell? It's supposed to be paid for and fixed. And yeah. So of course it didn't get fixed. And it was my expense for now until we resolved something with them. But he ended up going and discovering all of this like potentially illegal work, and went and fixed it for me, right? And I told him to go fix it for me because I was like, I'm not dealing with illegal fucking shit. Okay, if you guys want to be like trying to cut corners and crap because that's your thing, then by all means, that's your thing. Yeah, I don't support you. Do things correctly, do it by the books, and hold on. So yeah, he fixed everything, awesome, right? But I have my stairs being built. I have the gutters. I have a bunch of other aspects to this house that are being completed. And I also have the windows. I have so much going on. And this is why I canceled all the future bookings. Anyways, so long story short, if we didn't have that budget capacity already expected or planned for, and the error and the, vacancies and all of the additional, things that goes into planning, then we would have been screwed. Our problem would have became bigger. We would have probably had mold. We would have not been able to complete our other projects. Like, the list could have just kept on expanding, right? So before you go into your investments, it's just very important to plan to have room for errors, mistakes, repairs, maintenance, adding things, like missing things is very important. And if you have ever been in construction or demolition or any of that, you know that there's like a 10% rule to be accounting for additional supplies, because you never know when you're going to need it. Okay, and this is also applying to when you're investing. You need to make sure you have more than enough, because if you go in less than enough, then you're going to be like, fuck, and then you're going to go into debt, and then it's going to be a cycle, and it's going to keep spiraling down. And you're really going to need to plan for your vacancies, right? And you're going to have that extra budget for your vacancies, because if you run behind schedule, there's a delay, there's a shortage in labor, quality labor, like you have to keep going back and forth between contractors, like it's normal, right? Then now all of a sudden your investment's not opening up quick enough, and now you have so much to pay for and there's no money coming in, right? And this is all things that you have to plan for, because if you don't, you get screwed. Then you can't even start. Then you don't even have your money coming in. Then you're just like, fuck, I need to sell. And you just bought the damn thing. So let's not do that. This is why it's very important to just ensure that you have the extra money. You have either a partner, or you're able to get a partner, or you have somebody that can help you. You just need to ensure that you have enough room to make errors. And also plan for the unexpected, because there's no way to plan for it except for with additional funds. That's the only way you're going to be able to overcome it, is by planning for it, which is weird, because how are you supposed to plan for the unexpected? Additional funds is the answer. I have a little fly by my window, and whenever those things, fruit flies. But yeah, please don't open up an investment if you don't have the money to. If you're living paycheck to paycheck with yourself already, or you have an investment property that is like the only form of income that you have coming in, probably not the best thing to do if you don't have multiple of those going on. You should probably, try to save up a little bit more money and ensure that you just have that room, whether that's taking out additional funds or, loans or whatever. You could also do financing for everything. You want to also try to make sure you're not using your own money, okay? This is going to get a little bit confusing, but also makes perfect sense. When you're planning for it and you're using your own money, then you have to be very tight, but also planning for more. And when you're not using your own money, you just need to be very aware of the fact that you have to plan for those vacancies, because if you don't, then all of a sudden you have more bills and yeah, snowball effect again. So with that being said, definitely just keep this in mind. You're going to have an issue probably every single time that you have an investment property, you close on the property, whatever is happening, right? So just keep it in mind and you'll be able to overcome your issues. And you guys, again, if you need plumbers, contractors, really anything, like you don't know who to trust around here, I can give you the contacts of who I've been using and my own review on them. Now, by all means, me referring them is not me promising a quality of work. They have to live up to their own standards. Now, I am only going to be referring them on the basis that I know that they have done work for me and that I was satisfied. I can't promise you anything. That's not my job. That's just providing you some resources so you don't hopefully have to go through, 10 million phone calls to do it yourselves, because that's not fun. Just take it from someone that has to do that a lot. So yeah, that's really it. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend and enjoy your investments. If you guys need help, Brevard County, Miami, up to Jacksonville, across Central. My home places are in like the Miami to Fort Lauderdale area and Brevard, but I do basically the entire states, and I can travel. I travel all the time for my work. So 201-952-4665. You can email me at Mickayla@MickaylaSells.com, and I'll help you with basically every single aspect that I am able to, whether that is getting your investment up and running or helping you secure the property or anything else. Now, again, just keep planning for the future. And even if it's not time for you to buy right now, understand that you will get there one day. And it's going to be amazing and so rewarding. So by all means, have a great weekend. Peace out, guys.